Record. Okay, welcome, peeps. Thursday night. Throw up, what is that? Oh, it's a reminder that my team call is starting. Okay, so throw up your wine glass if you got them. I think I'm the only one, and Melissa with them right now. Oh, and Jamie has hers too. All right, so welcome, guys. Tonight I want to talk about a topic. I made a video about it earlier this week and posted it in the team page, and sorry for that video because I know it was like really up close and not cute, but anyways, I wanted to just talk to you guys tonight about overcoming objections and increasing your income, because I was just kind of looking at like my journey and things that have helped my business. And I truly think, because I mean, this business is really simple. It all comes down to doing the 3 vital behaviors. If you do the 3 vital behaviors, you'll get Success Club. And, you know, the number 2 and number 3, personal development and doing your workout, those are fairly simple. But when it comes to inviting, I feel like that's the one that we have to dive deeper in. And I truly believe that if you can learn how to better overcome objections, like your business will just blow up. Like, I think that this is the biggest thing ever. That reminds me of something that I didn't put on this list to tell you guys that I was going to. So let me do that real quick. Hang on. The thing that really helped me realize just how important this is was a book by Brian Tracy. I know you guys, I sound like a broken record, but I talk about it all the time. It's called I can't even say it. The Art of Closing a Sale. And I recommend you guys to read it. I think it's in Bootcamp 2.0. Literally, guys, like I wish I would have had that book and read that book like ages ago. When I read it, like I was like normally getting Success Club 5 or 10 every month, but then I got like Success Club 40, like 40, 30, 20, whatever, every single month. And it was just like no problem for me after reading that book. So I want to kind of teach you guys some of my wisdom. And then I have some tips too from Anita Myron, who is one of the top 10 coaches from last year. But I do want to start off with some recognition. I was going to welcome my push partner Lauren's team to the call. They're supposed to be on here, but none of them are here. So welcome if they end up listening to the recording. Welcome to our new coaches. I know Rebecca that's on here is Heather's new coach, so welcome to her, and all of our other new coaches that are on the team if you're listening to this. And I also want to congratulate some peeps for rank advancing today. Chelsea went Star Diamond qualified, and her coach Amanda went Diamond today, so that's awesome. And I will post the Success Club points for the first half of the month tomorrow. I don't have the list of names in front of me now, but congrats to all of you guys that are already reaching Success Club, Changing Lives Club. That's technically what we're calling it, all the same thing. But congrats to you guys for reaching out and helping people and growing your businesses forward. So updates, these are the same updates that I'm going over basically every week, but again, I sound like a broken record, but they're important, and they're important for growing your business. And I believe that most of you on this call are taking your business seriously, and you're making it a priority to build your business. So the reason I talk about these things every week is because I don't want you to spend a bunch of money, but I want you to take your business seriously and find a way to get to these events. So the Success Club Cruise for 2016, the wait list is open if you're not already on it. Again, I say this every week, but you got to get on it because they are taking it off based on when you get on the list. So you don't want to wait to get on the list. And then also Summit is in July in Nashville. I think I wrote it down. I think they have 2,000 spots open. I think that's what they said on the National Wake Up Call this week. And then they also open up space in the hotel. So make sure you make it a priority to get there. Sorry, my phone was ringing and no one usually calls me. So Summit is just going to like completely change your business. We will have like a whole entire team call about that, but it's like the most amazing thing ever. And then also our challenge pack promotions this month, just in case you forgot, are the 21-Day Fix Extreme, 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, and 21-Day Fix with the 3-day refresh, 21-Day Fix in Espanol, and the 3-day refresh. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and just go on to overcoming objections. And it really kind of is an art to be able to successfully overcome objections. And it's something that I don't want you guys to be afraid of. Like, I don't want you to open up your computer and when you see the objections, just automatically be discouraged. Like, no, that's a good thing. Like, you want to go for as many either no's, not right now, as I can't afford it, as you possibly can. Because if you're getting those responses, that means you're talking to people. And that's what you need to do in order to reach your goals and to help people. So objections are technically a good thing when you look at it that way. So don't beat yourself up about them. It has nothing to do with you. We all get them. I get them. Lindsay gets them. The top 10 coaches get them. Like, it's normal. But there are ways that if you implement these things, and I'm going to tell you guys into your business, that you will get less objections. And even if you get them, you will still be able to sign people up. So Danny Johnson always says that an objection is a well-planned lie. And that's not to call people liars, because I don't want to call anyone a liar. I always like to see the best side of people. But really, when someone tells us they don't have the time or they don't have the money, it's just an excuse. It's not always true, or it's usually not true. I mean, there are some dire situations, like if people are on food stamps, like, of course, they truly don't have the money. But, when it's important for someone and it's a priority in their life, they will find a way to do it. So that's why I think that it's just an excuse. Some people may need the time to save up the money to start, but if it's a priority to them, they will find a way to do it eventually. They might not be able to do it today, but eventually they will. So most of the time when people give you an objection, it is because they don't see enough value in what you're offering, or they don't know enough information about it. So we always say that, no means not right now. It doesn't mean never. It doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean you're a terrible person. Never talk to me again. I'm going to block you. Leave me alone. It doesn't mean any of that. So don't take it offensively. The second thing I want to tell you guys, these are just my top tips before I go through Anita's tips, is to not be afraid when you get an objection of being relentless with people. When someone gives you an objection and they tell you they don't have the money for it, I totally understand that you might feel like you're being pushy to, say anything else to them. But if you respond to them and all you say is, okay, no worries, I understand, and that's it, like, you just close the door and now you don't have the opportunity to help them anymore. So don't do that. Like, this is going to sound terrible, but I'm just going to say it. You're literally effing yourself up the ass if you just walk away, like, let me take it up the ass, like, you just make it that easy. That sounds so gross. I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is just who I am. But it just makes it that easy, like, for them to just end the conversation. Like, don't give up. If you care about people, don't give up. Don't take it up the ass. Like, you have to be relentless and don't be afraid. And it's not being pushy. It's showing that we care. It's showing that we truly want to help them. And that is what I say when I'm talking to people. When they tell me they don't have the money, I tell them I totally understand. And then I tell them a story of someone else who was feeling the same way. And I also give them some ideas on how they could get started. Like, I'm actually going to put this all in a document for you guys and have it available to you by next week. More on that in a second. But give them some ideas on how to get started. I had a lot of people, I had 40, 50 people interested in joining my 21-Day Fix Extreme group. Not all 40 or 50 joined. A lot of them, it was because of money. So those people that gave me money objections, I just said to them, I totally understand. I told them a story. And then I said, how did I word it? I said, what if I could help you find a way to get started? And they said, yeah, sure. What do you mean? So I just gave them some ideas. You could set the money aside each week until you have enough to start. You could borrow the money from someone. You could cut out Starbucks or your lunch out or whatever it may be. Like, find a few things that you're spending each week that you don't have to have, and take that money. Like, I think Dave Ramsey or someone that teaches about finance calls it the fat in your budget. So find the fat in your budget and take that money and set it aside to be able to start. And I'm going to dive into a little bit more about how you can explain this here in a minute when I go through Anita's tips. But you just have to explain it to them in that way. Or you can even present the coaching opportunity to them and tell them that it would help them save 25% off, and you could help them earn the cost back that they spent to sign up. So another tip of mine, I just said this a second ago, is share a story of someone they can relate to. There are tons of examples in the Dropbox. Danny Johnson also says facts tell, stories sell. So people don't want to hear you just word vomit on them all about the Beachbody programs and DVDs and what this workout does and what this does and what that does and everything that comes in it. They can't relate to that. They can relate to people though. So if you find a story of someone they can relate to, that will make them realize, whoa, I can do it too. If that person did it, I can do it too. So that's another thing. And the other thing is to just make sure you're always following up with people after you get objections. I always focus on the friendship first. I usually don't bring up Beachbody right away, but I do keep them updated every single month on my next group that's coming up. So I invite all of my previous challenge prospects to whatever group I have every month, and I do that every single month. No one's ever cussed me out or told me to go F myself or anything like that. People usually thank me that I cared enough to reach back out to them. And I'm telling you guys, I would say about 50% of the people that are joining my 21-Day Fix Extreme group are people that have told me no for almost a year, some of them more than a year. So just don't give up on people. Just follow up, be their friend. There's some things, I'm going to make the team call next week about following up, but I have a system in place of how I stay organized and how I follow up with people, so I can give you guys some more tips on that. But just don't give up on people. Seriously, no just means not right now. So I'm just going to read you guys an example of a message that I sent someone today. This was a guy that found my blog and emailed me and said that he thought it was cool that I was a coach and I was a Christian and all this stuff. I didn't invite him to the challenge group right away. I just got to know him. I asked him what his goals were. He kind of told me he had already lost a lot of weight and he wanted to lose more. So I just asked him questions, got to know his goals, got to know him. I sent him my blog post about my group. And I said, if it sounds like a good fit to you, let me know. There's an application there for you to fill out. So then he did all that, came back to me and asked me how much it cost. So this is verbatim, I just copied and pasted it into this document. This is what I said in the email to him. I said, as far as joining the group, it's literally only $10 to get the workout. And don't feel like you guys have to write all this down. This is something I'll put in the document for you guys. So it's literally only $10 to get the workout when you purchase Shakeology. So you're saving $40 on the workout alone. And then Shakeology is only a little over $4 a day, but it replaces a meal, so you end up saving money on groceries. Most meals we eat out somewhere is around $5 to $10 or more for lunch, so you'll save money because of that as well. And you won't have to take any more vitamins or probiotics or any of that stuff that adds up so quickly. If you went to Whole Foods to get all the amazing superfoods and vitamins that are in one serving of Shakeology, it would literally be $30 for just one. Crazy, right? I know it's going to help you just as much as it helped me. I haven't been sick in 2 years. I have so much energy all the time. It helps me fight cravings, saves me lots of money, and I can keep going on. Haha. So for all of that, it's only $140 to start. Ready to come on this journey with me to feel amazing, or to feeling amazing, however I said it. So that actually sounds like a lot, but it's literally only a few sentences. But that's how I explain it to him, because this is something I'm going to talk about in a second. You have to get people to understand the value of this. If you just tell them, I'm doing this challenge group, it's $140 to join, they're going to be like, hell no. I don't want to spend $140 to join some group and I don't even know what it is. You have to paint the picture for them. So now I want to kind of dive in to a little bit more to show you guys how to do that. And Anita Myron is she was number 10, I think, out of Beachbody last year. And these are just, this is actually a YouTube video that I watched of hers this morning. And these are just some tips that she gave, and it was all freaking amazing. So the first thing is that so if you handle your conversation right at the beginning, you won't need to handle an objection at the end. And this is why I put together the sample invite conversation for you guys. You guys started learning about that as soon as you started New Coach Bootcamp. And I don't want you guys to use the sample invite conversation and make it, I don't want you guys to feel like it's salesy. I want you to make it sound like you. I don't want you to feel like you have to sound like me. But that document is so important. You don't have to follow it verbatim again, but there's questions in there that you want to ask people so you can get to know their goals, get to know what their struggles are, because you have to know those things in order to be able to best help them. So you won't have to handle their objections at the end if you follow this process and do it the right way. So I actually am going to revise that and add some of my tips of what I've been doing lately that have really helped me. And I will have that ready for you guys next week. So the second thing that Anita said is that you must internalize how cheap it is for someone to join this. And you just have to, if you feel that, you're going to go tell the world and no one will stop you. If you believe in it, you have to just live it, dream it, and believe it. And you'll just go tell everybody. You have to be confident and know the value of it when you're talking to people. If you think it's expensive, so will your prospects. You just really have to get to the point where you think people are crazy for not doing it. So I want you guys to ask that to yourself. Do you think Shakeology is expensive? I mean, be honest with you. You don't have to answer this right now. Like, you don't have to tell me, but like, answer this in your head. Do you think Shakeology is expensive? Do you think our challenge packs are expensive? If the answer is yes, you got to check yourself and do some digging and do some personal development. Because again, your prospects are going to think whatever it is that you think. If you have belief in something and passion in it, then they're going to believe whatever it is you believe. Okay. So now I wanted to just kind of paint the picture to you guys of how to paint the vision to your prospects about the value of a challenge pack and the value of Shakeology. And these are all directly from Anita Myron from the video I listened to, and they're flipping genius. So when you're thinking about the challenge pack, you really just have to think of it as it's the absolute best to recommend to everyone that you talk to, because you get the workout at a major discount. Like, that is something that I tell everyone when I'm talking to them. You know, I tell them that I highly recommend you starting with the challenge pack, and I tell them why, and I break down how much they're saving. Like, for example, if they want to get the 21-day fix and, you know, they're skeptical about Shakeology or whatever, I'm like, okay, I totally understand. But literally, when you get Shakeology, the 21-day fix is only $10. So you're saving $40 alone when you get it that way. And then plus you're getting this awesome product, a superfood shake that replaces a meal. So then you're going to save money on groceries. Another example would be Chalene Extreme. It's a 90-day program and you get 30 days of Shakeology. So Chalene Extreme is only $50 when you do it that way. And you just have to explain, you know, to them that Shakeology is only $4 a day, and it's replacing something that is already in their budget. You know, most people spend $5 to $10 a day on lunch now, and most people, what they're eating isn't healthy. It's garbage or fast food or junk food or snacks or vending machine snacks. And Shakeology is like 100 times healthier. It's easy, and you can take it on the go. So when you're talking to people, you just have to paint the picture to them that way and tell them, you know, just cancel out the $130 that you're paying for Shakeology, because you're going to save on groceries. And so you're just already taking that out of your budget. So when you cancel out the $130, you're only spending $50 for a 90-day challenge that is going to get you the best results. You're going to get a meal plan, and you're going to get a guide with all of that and a coach and the challenge group to help you lose even more weight and get better results. So, you know, it really is the cheapest way. You save the most amount of money, it has a huge value, and it's just crazy cheap. And if you think about it, you know, if you go to the gym, it's $50 a month to go to the gym. So they're getting a 90-day program that's only $50. And so what is that? They save $100 if their gym membership's $50 a month. And then if they were going to a personal trainer, depending on how much that, like what personal trainer they're going to, it could cost them $200 to $300 a month. And that's only a few sessions a week, plus the gas that they have to pay to get to the gym and the time that it takes to get there. So when you explain it to them in that way and, you know, find out what it is that they're currently doing, then you can paint the picture for them and make them realize how much money they're saving and, you know, why this really is the best fit for them. Now I just want to kind of go through some of Anita's tips on how to explain the value of Shakeology. So as I've said like 3 times, again, Shakeology is replacing something that is already in their budget. Yes, I understand that there's an upfront cost to it, but if they spend that upfront cost, they're going to end up saving that money the rest of the month. So it's going to be like a break even basically. So, you know, one way you could explain it to them is if they went to Subway every day for lunch and spent $5 on a sub, then they're going to save money by doing Shakeology for lunch every day. And again, it's way healthier. And, you know, you just have to talk to them about everything that is in Shakeology. And this is something that I'm going to revise the script like I told you guys, and I'm going to start using it myself because I need to be better at explaining it. But just explain it to them that it's a meal that has protein, antioxidants, digestive enzymes, and I didn't say that right, enzymes. It's like 5 trips of going to the salad bar. It gently cleanses your system and it picks up what your diet leaves off. And just tell them, how it's helped them. Like, it keeps me from getting sick. My eyes, my hair, my skin, they glow. I have energy that lasts all day. I'm happier and I have more energy. I mean, those are all things that I can attest to that since I've been drinking it. And it will help you save money on medical bills and medicine. And again, the whole comparison with going to Whole Foods, like if you go to Whole Foods and you get chia seeds, vitamins, veggies, and whatever the heck else you would have to have that would be the same as Shakeology, it would literally be $30 just to make one drink. And all of it's like everything that's in Shakeology. So $4 or $30, like seriously. So when you think about it that way, it's literally dirt cheap when you look at it. So you just have to break it down for people. You just have to figure out what they're currently spending, what their budget is for the gym, what their budget is for their groceries. If they're spending, excess money on stuff that they don't need, because like I said at the beginning of the call, if people want this bad enough and it's a priority, they will find a way to do it. I didn't really talk about the time objection because I feel like the money objection is more common, but I'm just throwing this in here because it just came to the top of my head. But, one thing when people tell me that they don't have the time for it, I just ask them, okay, would it help if it saves you time? Because you're not going to have to go to the gym anymore. So that's going to save you on the trip there, the trip back. Shakeology, you literally put it in your shaker cup and shake it up and like good to go. Like it's going to save you time on making breakfast or lunch or whatever meal it is. So that's kind of how I handled the time objection. But I feel like the money objection is the most common. So those are my tips. Those are Anita's tips. I'll go through them again real quick. So my top tips would be to not be afraid, be relentless, give them ideas on how to get started, share stories with them, follow up, focus on being their friend first, and keep them updated every month. Tips from Anita: handle it properly at the beginning, use the sample invite conversation, internalize how cheap it is, and go tell the world and don't let anyone stop you. And make sure that you're painting the value of challenge packs and Shakeology to them. And, I'll upload the notes from the team call too. And like I said, I'll revise the sample invite combo with some examples of what I say. So real quick, just some action items of how you guys can implement this into your business. One thing that Anita said in her video for her team that was really good was to come up with we're just going to call it a pitch, even though I don't believe that we do sales. I believe we share and help people, but come up with your quote unquote pitch and practice it. Practice it with whoever. Practice it out loud in your living room in the morning by yourself if you have to. But come up with it and get really, really good at it. And I don't want it to be something that's 5 paragraphs long. Like it literally just needs to be a few sentences about how you're going to explain the value of Shakeology and challenge packs. The second thing I want you to do is role play with a friend, loved one, or another coach, whoever you want to pick, by this time next week, and let your sponsor know that you're going to do that so they can hold you accountable. I know it sounds silly, but I promise you, like, they make us do this at Eric Worre, and like, I remember when Melanie was at Eric Worre with me, like, she would, like, we were just going everywhere, like to the grocery store and like hiking. And she was just talking to everybody after we did this role playing thing, because it gives you confidence. So I'm not just trying to give you some stupid activity, like just to make you go talk about stuff. Like, it's to help you and help your business. The other 2 things that I want you guys to do when I upload it, download a sample or download the new sample invite doc once I add this stuff to it. And if you have not read Art of a Closing Sale by Brian Tracy, I will knock you upside your head. Just kidding. But go ahead and get that, because it'll seriously change your business. I want to give you my closing quote, and then I'll open it up for questions. This isn't even really related to this topic, but I just liked it. I posted it on Facebook today. It was in the Compound Effect. It kind of does relate to objections, I guess. It's from the Compound Effect, Darren Hardy. You get in life what you tolerate. So if you tolerate a bunch of objections and just take it up the ass and, whatever, like, that's what you're going to get in life. So don't tolerate it. Care about people and be relentless and don't give up on them. Now that I feel like my throat hurts, let me go ahead and unmute everybody. Unmute. Okay, does anyone have questions, comments, concerns about how many times I said stuff about up the ass?
I think we should put that on a t-shirt. That should be our summit t-shirt.
Oh, I love
Team
it.
Fit and Faithful, don't take it up the ass. Hi.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Max. Can you hear me?
No, I have my earphones in.
Oh.
I was sneaking my one earphone in so he wouldn't really notice that I was on the phone.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to stop recording.